Hi everyone, welcome back to Be Rich. Yes, yesterday's video I wanted to give a clarification. So that is why the thumbnail says I'm sorry, and the reason why I'm sorry is because I should have given a little more clarity when it comes to rights issues and oversubscription. There have been a lot of people have been commenting saying this is there in the name itself. You're right. As a shareholder, you have a right to subscribe to it, and it cannot be oversubscribed. In theory, yes. In theory, I'm saying because let's assume that every single shareholder, and I think it was 209 crores worth of shares are there in the market of South Indian banks, right? Divide that by 4. That gets you to your 52 crore shares. And every single eligible shareholder of South Indian Bank applies for the right to buy the share. I'm sorry if this is clinky. I'm wearing the wrong bracelet for the video today. So everyone has a right to buy the share and they exercise the right. Then in principle, it cannot be oversubscribed. And everyone who applied will be allotted their share, which is their right as a shareholder because it is there in the name. But of course, we do not live in a world which is perfect. And not everybody who has a right will exercise their right to buy the share. So this leads to a situation where the oversubscription happens. So let me explain how oversubscription happens in a rights issue. In a rights issue, oversubscription can happen when not every shareholder who is eligible to exercise their right, and people have put in additional applications, meaning saying that if people do not exercise the right and still shares are available, we would like them to be allotted to us. We are ready to pay for it. That happens because the company wants to raise those funds through the rights issue. It requires a capital infusion. But not every shareholder is interested in buying those shares. So logic dictates. Then the investors who are still part of the company, who have already invested, should be allowed to pick up those shares which other shareholders are not interested in before it goes out into the market, because it's a special price. So shareholders will throw in applications, okay, even if they're not more than they're eligible to. So you can throw in, if you have, let's say you have 8 shares of South Indian Bank, you're allowed to apply twice. You'll apply more than that. And what happens is, in case it goes undersubscribed and they have a chunk of shares left on the table, it is right the company can exercise by allotting the shares to those people who have asked for it more than what they're allowed to, more than their right. This is a clause which will be there in the detailed rights issue offer from the bank. So you have to read through it carefully. And if you read through it carefully, you can see it. Some companies do put it, some banks do put it. So it's a contingent on the term set by the company. So this term can be set by the company. So in case the rights are not met by all the shareholders, then it can be allotted to somebody else. The second way this can lead to oversubscription is sometimes the rights are transferable, meaning you can sell your rights. You're not interested in buying the rights. Your friend wants to buy South Indian Bank, so you transfer the rights to him, and he may not. And if the investors are not part of the existing shareholders, this can confound and become oversubscribed. So these are different ways rights issues can be oversubscribed. Now, when it comes to the South Indian Bank, if you look at the numbers, 209 crore shares which are there floating in the market, divided by 4 gets you 52 crores. So they have allocated 1 share for every 4 shares. It's been allocated by the bank, and 22 rupees per share, which is allocated the new shares, you will get to your number of 1,151 crores. So that is set. How this actually plays out in the market, we'll have to see. Like I said, it's not a perfect system. A lot of people won't even know they have South Indian Bank. Some people would have bought it in another demat account in their previous avatar of investing when they first started. Those shares might be sitting there, for example, and they would have forgotten about it. And they now opened an account in Zerodha. They're investing in Zerodha. This was originally in Motilal, these shares, and they've forgotten about it. So this kind of things do happen. So I hope this clarifies when I said what I said about the rights issue. So there's 2 brackets in it. If you already have the shares, go ahead, and I would strongly urge you to apply if you can apply. If you have the finances to apply and enjoy those rights. And if you're in the other camp and you're thinking about investing into South Indian Bank, like I said, wait for these new shares to float into the market, because you're going to get 25% more shares in the market And logic usually dictates when supply of a product or a stock or anything increases in the market, prices usually tend to go downward. This is what I feel. Do what you wish with this information. When we're talking about South Indian Bank, let's revisit what happened. This is further to explain how it can be oversubscribed, because a lot of you get confused when you talk about oversubscription and rights issue. Yes, it is a right. What happened last time in 2017? 2017, they had a similar rights issue. Out of that, 80,000 or so investors of South Indian Bank applied for the rights issue, right? But did not get subscribed to the amount they wanted. So after that window was over, they allowed renunciation to happen. Renunciation means people who have the rights were allowed to transfer the rights or sell their rights. So that happened, and an additional 2,000 people who are not investors of South Indian Bank have subscribed, right? So that totally went around to 90 to 91, which got oversubscribed. When that happened, people who were eligible were given. Then the people who oversubscribed, for those people, even non-investors were allocated shares. So that's how it worked in 2017. And these things, as the company sees how the issue is being received in the market, they can try and extend the issue, play the issue, like I said. And because the main reason why a rights issue is being deployed is because they need to raise the capital. Remember that fundamental reason why they're doing it. The reason why they're doing it is because they want 1,151 crores. And for that, they're trying to find how to raise it. And they're using the rights issue to raise it. So they need to sell those 52 crore shares have to be sold. So they'll find different ways to sell it, and it can get oversubscribed. So remember, as far as the dates are announced for the South Indian Bank issue, rights issue so far, is the last date where you can buy into this. So far what has been announced is 27th is a record date. That means by 26th you should buy the share, so your name is entered into the record on the 27th. And the credit of the rights issue is yet to be announced. When the rights shares will actually be credited once it's allotted, we do not know. We know the bid offer opens on 6th March and it closes on the 20th of March. The renunciation date of right entitlement is yet to be announced. If it will be announced, we do not know. It all depends on how the subscription happens between 6th to 20th of March. And the deemed date of allotment is not being announced, meaning the date will be allotted. So credit date, listing date, all these are yet to be announced. So it's still a lot of fog, okay? So you have to be patient when it comes to rights issue. It's not going to happen overnight. And like I said, if you're an existing shareholder, it makes sense to applying the right because you're getting a new share at a discounted price. If you're going to first time you're thinking about entering South Indian Bank, do the calculation, see if it's worth it. Like I said, it can get oversubscribed. How it gets oversubscribed, I've explained it to you. I hope it kind of gives clarity in this whole thing. And I should have probably explained this in greater depth about the rights issue on the previous video and how it can happen. So that's why I took this extra video today to explain and say, I'm sorry. I could have done better in that video. And I'll try and do this better in future and offer more insight. That's why in the first video, which I did long time back, I did say when I get information, I'll share it. And I've shared up to what information is presented to me, I've shared it to you. And I've tried to explain it in a way where you can understand it the way I understand it. And like I said, there's so many still unknowns in this. So as the dates progress and as I get more information, I'll definitely come back and revisit this topic and share more information with you. And I do appreciate all the comments. My team reads the comments and they do let me know when you guys have a genuine feedback or a genuine comment. And I do try and address it in these videos and take it up and try and sort it out for you guys. Do realize I'm a learner much as you are. I'm not an expert. I don't claim to be an Anand Srinivasan. I'm only a Vinod Srinivasan. And I'm not claimed ownership of this channel. I'm only here trying to help a younger brother, trying to help an older brother out. So whatever wisdom my brother has shared with me, I try to pay it forward by sharing it to you. I hope you understand that. With that in mind, thanks for watching the video today, and I'll see you in the next one soon. And probably tomorrow I'll take up this chance and talk maybe further about how different ways investors are rewarded. Maybe I should talk about that tomorrow. Thank you.
It's a great privilege and honor that so many of you in thousands have subscribed to my channel and have supported me. I have written 2 books in English, The Alchemy of Money and Ordinary Stocks, Extraordinary Profits. These books are published by us and are ready. If you want to procure a copy, send us a message to the WhatsApp number given below and my team would respond to you. If you want an Amazon Kindle copy, you can click the link below. Finally, those who wish to consult with me can send a mail to berichenglish@gmail.com. Once again, I thank you for your support. If you like this video, press the subscribe button of my channel, hit the like button and turn on the bell notification.